And this beautiful gateway opens up in front of me that's magnificent, and I'm just pulled right into it.
My name is Bill. Before 1994, I was just a regular guy. I thought I knew what the future held, but then I caught a deadly virus and died. What happened next wasn't just a near-death experience. It was a glimpse into the future, and it was terrifying. It all started at a trade show in Arizona. People were dropping like flies. I felt it coming, this sickness, this darkness. I knew something was terribly wrong, but as my body shut down, something incredible happened. I left my body. I went to the other side, and what I saw there, what I learned about our future, will change everything you think you know. It all started with a trade show, a 14-day marathon in Tucson, Arizona. I was there representing my company, doing my thing. But something wasn't right. Day 4, I think it was. This weird illness started spreading like wildfire. People were dropping like flies. I remember this one woman. She just collapsed right in front of our booth. It was scary. Little did I know, I was next. The virus hit me hard and fast. My throat started closing up. I had a fever that wouldn't quit, and I felt weaker than I'd ever felt in my life. I knew something was seriously wrong. I decided to get out of there, get back home. It was a struggle just getting to the hospital. It was packed, people everywhere coughing and wheezing. They put me on oxygen, gave me some intravenous antibiotics, an inhaler. The doctor told me to go to the hospital if I felt worse. I was trying to get through it. That night, things took a turn. A really, really weird turn. I remember lying in bed, feeling like I was dying. And then, I was, but I wasn't there anymore. It's hard to explain, but I felt myself leaving my body. I was floating above myself, looking down. I saw my body lying there, wrapped in pain. But I wasn't feeling that pain anymore. I was surrounded by this beautiful, glowing mist. And then, I felt it. Love. Pure, unconditional love. It was overwhelming. Like nothing I'd ever experienced. It was like I was becoming the love itself. I wasn't scared. I wasn't in pain. I was just home. Then, this gateway of light opened up. A beautiful, shimmering tunnel. And I was drawn in. It was like being pulled by a magnet, but a magnet made of pure love. The colors inside the tunnel were magnified, brighter than anything I'd ever seen. I felt like I was moving through the universe, past nebulas and constellations. I even saw Orion, clear as day. At the end of the tunnel, I arrived. I just knew I was home. And then I heard this soft, gentle voice. It just confirmed what I already felt. I was home. That's when I met Antonia. She was my guardian, my guide. She was with me through the whole thing. We didn't speak with words. It was all telepathic. She just knew what I was thinking and feeling. And then, I saw him. My brother, Peter. He died when I was almost 16. It was so good to see him again. Antonia and Peter were there to guide me through my life review. Now, this wasn't like watching a movie of my life. It was like reliving it, feeling everything all over again. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I saw the good things I'd done, the times I'd helped people, the moments of kindness and compassion. But then I saw the wrong things, the mistakes I'd made, the people I'd hurt. And it wasn't just seeing it, it was feeling it. Feeling the pain I had inflicted on others. The worst part was seeing the pain I caused my first wife when I left her, and my son. Seeing their hurt, their confusion. It was unbearable. I felt their sadness, their anger, their abandonment. It was like a knife twisting in my gut. I couldn't take it anymore. I screamed, "I can't take it anymore. Please, I'm sorry." And then I heard this voice, calm and reassuring. It said, "The good outweighs the bad." After the life review, Antonia introduced me to another guardian, Oren. He took me to this place called the Hall of Events. Imagine a massive auditorium, bigger than anything you've ever seen. And on these giant screens, events were playing out. Not just events from my life, but events from the past, the present, and the future. I saw things that happened before I was even born. But what really shook me was what I saw about the future. And this is where things get, well, shocking. I saw September 11th. I saw the towers burning, people running. I felt the fear, the chaos, the devastation. It was like I was there, living through it. I remember thinking about my friends who worked in the city. I was scheduled to be in New York City that day. I was in my mother-in-law's living room, watching it all unfold on TV. I started screaming at the TV, trying to warn them, but of course they couldn't hear me. That wasn't all. I saw Baghdad. I saw bombs going off, explosions everywhere. I felt the fear, the panic. I instinctively moved to get out of the way, but Oren told me, "This won't hurt you, Bill. This is your future." Then, the screen started flickering faster and faster. It felt like I was inside a computer, clips of things flashing by so quickly I could barely process them. It was like seeing a glimpse of our future, a future where things have gone terribly wrong. I saw a world where families and friends weren't talking to each other anymore, where hate and division had taken over. It was a bleak, depressing vision. And then I saw two possible outcomes, two different worlds playing out at the same time. One was a dystopian nightmare, cities burned, destruction everywhere. It was like something out of the movie Mad Max. It was terrifying. But then I saw the other world, a world of hope, of harmony, of peace. A world where people were working together, helping each other, living in balance with nature. It was beautiful. Oren explained that there are these powerful negative and positive energies in our universe, constantly battling each other. And that our own energies, our own thoughts and actions, play a crucial role in which future we create. If we stay on a negative path, we create an imbalance, and we risk heading towards that dystopian future. He told me that Earth has been through this before, cycles of destruction and rebirth, and that if we don't change our ways, God might have to reset things. That's why it's so important for us to stop, to listen to each other, to find common ground, to remember that we all want the same things: safety, happiness, and a good future for our children. After the Hall of Events, Antonia, Peter, and Oren took me to this final level of enlightenment. I was surrounded by these beautiful angels, beams of light, filled with wisdom and knowledge. They taught me the 9 principles of enlightenment, principles of choices, principles of intuition, principles of lessons, of warnings, of service. Service to others was a big one. They emphasized that it's not just about giving money, it's about actually doing something, helping people in need. Even small acts of service, like helping an elderly person with their groceries or just offering a smile, can make a big difference. Then, I saw these numbers, flowing like crystal lights: 8, 1, 3, 6, 9. They told me these numbers represented our universe, and then they told me about my AI alert system. The number's 66. Throughout my life, I've always seen the number 66. On clocks, on license plates, on TV screens. it would just pop up everywhere. They told me to pay attention to those numbers because they were a message from my guardians, a warning that something was wrong. At the end of this experience, this beautiful spirit approached me. She was a magnificent, sweet, glowing light, and she told me that I had to return. I didn't want to go back. I was home. I was in the light of God. I was loved. I begged her not to send me back. But she said, "You understand the 9 principles of light. Again, you must return." I said no again. "I don't want to return. Please, please don't send me back." She says, "I am 6 of 6. You must return." And then she said something that really blew my mind. She said, "I remember your future daughter. I am 6 of 6. I didn't even have a daughter. The next thing I knew, I was being pulled back. It wasn't as pleasant as going. It was like being sucked through a vortex. And then, I was back in my body. I had no feeling in my body. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. It was like I was drowning. But then, finally, I took a breath. A labored, painful breath. After about 10 or 15 minutes, I started feeling tingling in my arms and legs. Sensations started coming back. I managed to hit the operator button at the hotel and call for help. I ended up back in the hospital, on oxygen and medication. But that's not the end of the story. Remember that spirit who told me about my future daughter? Well, years later, on June 6th, 2000, my daughter was born. June 6th, 2000. 6/6/2000. She's a beautiful beam of sweet light, and she's with me today. Looking back on it all, it's still hard to wrap my head around. I mean, one minute I'm at a trade show. The next I'm floating outside my body, flying through space, and seeing the future of humanity. It's like something out of a movie, except it happened to me. The hardest part is knowing what could happen. Seeing that dystopian future, the chaos, the division, it scares me, but it also motivates me. I know we have the power to change things, to create a better world. It's not about sitting back and waiting for someone else to fix things. It's about each of us taking responsibility for our own actions, our own thoughts, our own energy. It's about choosing love over hate, compassion over indifference, and hope over despair. It's about service to others, no matter how small. I'm just a regular guy, but I've seen the other side, and I know, without a doubt, that we can create a future worth living in, but we have to start now, because our future is in our hands.